We are honored and excited to have our keynote speaker this morning, District 12 Director, Morris Anderson IV. You know, I'm now also serving as Division Director, as Madam President just introduced. That is also at District 12. So I have the privilege of working with Morris in the District 12 leadership. Previously, Morris served as Program Quality Director, Club Growth Director, and Division B Director. Professionally, Morris is an Army Reservist Sergeant, First Class, holding the job of Army Bandsman and serving as a Drill Sergeant candidate. He works for KPC Health, a 7-hospital corporation in Southern California, as an IT analyst. Having recently joined John C. Maxwell's Maxwell leadership team. So over the next 15 minutes, Morris will tell us about his path to the head and the entrepreneurship. Please help me welcome Morris Anderson IV. What are you for? What are you for? Morris Anderson IV.
Come aboard, Entrepreneur Toastmasters. Welcome to flight 28675370. We're going to take a trip to a new location, and I will be your captain. When I was younger, I wanted to be an airplane pilot so bad. I saw the captain carrying the flight. How responsible did you have to be to have all of those lives in your hand and get them from one destination to the next? Toastmasters, Mr. Toastmaster, entrepreneur Toastmasters. Our dreams when we're younger are the seeds of who we're supposed to be in the future. This is such an important concept to my life and to all of our lives, and especially this club as entrepreneurs. Little Morris wanted to be a pilot. You might be asking yourself, this guy isn't a pilot. We didn't hear that in his bio right now. Maybe I'm not a pilot now, but in some ways, I became the man that was the captain I wanted to be of that plane. My pilot journey landed me in the military. I sought to be somebody who people would follow. Even in high school, that seed had started right in high school. When I was in band, we all know I'm that oboe player, right? And I'll tell you a little bit more about the oboe. I was the band vice president, and I led so fiercely beside my two counterparts who were some of my best friends. Why was I a leader? I really cared about not only the band and its mission in high school, but I also cared about my peers. I wanted everybody to play the best that they could, enjoy the ride through being in the band. And I wanted us to be known for something more than just being high school musicians. I remember going to Disney World, when I was in high school, my senior year, and my band teacher tried so hard to convince my parents that I needed to go on this band trip. I had asked them, and they told me, it's too expensive. You're not going. I was so heartbroken. And when I told my band teacher, he said, don't worry about it. I'll talk to your parents. You're going. You have to go. What I didn't know is that he told my parents, if your son misses this opportunity, he will miss an opportunity to bring home a solo trophy. I have him slotted for a solo, and I guarantee you he will bring this trophy home. I had no idea. I thought I was just going on this band trip with the rest of my peers to have a good time and, of course, play some music in Florida. When we went on that trip, I actually did win a solo trophy against many other ensembles. We had ensembles from the very disciplined Japan, other high school ensembles that were so much more elite than our band was. How did the boy from Wahiawa, Hawaii, where there isn't strong musicianship, win this solo trophy award? For me, it's just like I'm telling you, That seed was already planted. I went off to basic training right after high school. You might be thinking, Morris is a military guy. What does he do in the military? I'm actually an oboe player. My job in the Army is an Army bandsman. I didn't get to become a captain of a plane and wear that particular uniform, but it inspired me to wear a uniform and follow my parents' footsteps. I auditioned for the band and I got in. I was so thankful. I went off to basic training right after high school. 10 days later, I was shipping off. In basic training, I came across drill sergeants. How many of us know what drill sergeants are? They're those mean guys who yell and scream at new recruits. From the moment you get off the bus at basic training, they're yelling at you, move faster, go, hurry up. What did I sign myself up for? I was supposed to be going to the band, not some infantry camp with some guys yelling at me to try and tell me to be more disciplined. Plus, I had already spent my whole life listening to my two Army parents. My stepmom and my dad were both in the Army, active duty. My dad was an infantryman himself. We got yelled at enough as kids. Here I am in basic training trying to start my adult life, and I'm still getting yelled at. This was another seed that was planted in me. Because yes, I was going off to be an Army bandsman soldier, but I didn't know that my journey would land me into drill sergeanthood. I did go to the Army band after I successfully graduated from basic training in AIT, and I began playing with that Army unit. I was very impressive to the Army unit. I never studied music in college. We did have some musicians that studied, and they were so impressed with my playing, and I was very grateful because this was that seed that we had planted. When I went to Florida and got that solo trophy, it took me to new heights. I believed in my playing ability because I had succeeded already. So now I go into my Army unit, I'm confident and I'm very comfortable in my ability. It was recognized immediately. That fast-tracked me to going to basic leader course, advanced leader course. And then guess what Morris did this past year? I left the Army band. Why would I leave the Army band? It's all about this book that I've been reading by Jeff Henderson. It's called Know What You're For. In this book, he poses two questions. What are you for? And what are you known for? Two very powerful questions. Every step I took was not about me. The journey was about what I wanted to do for people. Why did I pick up the oboe and why was I so passionate about it? I wanted to play not for me, but for people. Music is nothing. The music that I make is nothing without the ears that listen to it. It was bringing joy to people, not just me, my fellow musicians, and the audience, and the conductor. I played my best for all of them. Being in the Army became more about mentoring soldiers for me. I wanted to see people grow. Now I ask myself those two questions. What am I known for? And what do I want to be known for? In the Army Reserves, I wanted to be known for the guy that could raise and lead soldiers. I left the Army band because I wasn't getting the opportunity to do that. My job was more about playing the oboe, as it should be as an Army musician. What better than to go to a drill sergeant unit where I get to raise new recruits from being civilians to actual soldiers, ready to go to war, ready to serve their people. That's what I wanted to be known for. I left the band and I'm ready to put on the hat. What about this Maxwell leadership team? Right now, everyone knows that I'm an IT guru. When I get a call, it's always, hey, Morris, can you help me fix my computer? I've been in IT now for 7 years. Everyone thinks that I am this IT genius, this IT mastermind, but I promise you I'm not. The bottom line of my job today is that I am to serve people with computers. With my knowledge of how applications work, I go out And when somebody needs help, it is my passion about helping people that pushes me to help them in their technological needs. When a physician calls me in the middle of the night, I'm grumpy, but I want to make sure that physician is taken care of so that physician can go out and take care of his patients. It was never about me and my abilities in IT. It's always been about serving others with that knowledge that I have in the IT realm. I'm not an IT genius, but I am passionate about helping people. And if that is the manner that I can help people, then I've been doing that. And I've been doing that to the best of my ability. Despite whatever knowledge I lacked, I would learn it just so that I can go out and help. The Maxwell Leadership Team opportunity came, and we all know John C. Maxwell is that leadership guru. He's world renowned for writing books such as the 21 Laws of Leadership, the 16 Laws of Growth. He's writing a new book about communication. His team sounded so wonderful for me. It was the opportunity for me to go out and help others like I want to, because I want to be known for the guy who can not only raise those soldiers into better people, but I also want to be able to help people become better people. I want them to find their goals. I want them to reach success. The Maxwell Leadership Team offers tools such as coaching, speaking, facilitation. We go in with those tools, and what we're supposed to do is facilitate and teach to the best of our hearts so that when we're done, those people are much better for it. And I want to go around and do that as much as I can. The Maxwell Leadership Team was just an opportunity for me to do that. I've made the decision to actually leave my current job for the path of entrepreneurship. That seed that was planted when I was younger, it started with me wanting to be the captain of a plane. I'm not going to be a pilot at this point in my life. And in fact, that is no longer where I want to go, because that dream was all about helping people. Like I said, I wanted to help people get from one destination to the next. Instead, now I'll be the captain of my own entrepreneurial journey, helping people to get from one place to the next in their lives. While it's not the same, the goal is similar. I want you to look inward, Toastmasters. What seeds were planted when you were younger that you're ignoring now? Because those seeds might be what you're all about. We have to know what we're for. We have to get to the bottom reason of why we do what we're doing. If we look around us, we'll notice that the reason should always come back to serving other people. As Valerie Burton asks, how do you want to serve other people? That's the key question. Valerie Burton is another professional speaker, and she's known for her coaching. And what specifically is she known for in her coaching? Getting people from one place to the next when they're stuck. It's one of my favorites for that reason. I want to share with you that I am so scared of my future right now. It's daunting to think that I have to go to the Drill Sergeant Academy. Just like flying a plane, if you're in the dark, if you're in a storm, or you're in clouds, things are changing and they're not your comfort zone. That's where I feel like I am. Leaving a job where I'm very successful is difficult, and leaving an Army unit where I'm successful and known, and it fits with my natural ability of playing the oboe, it's very scary. But I'm willing to fly right through this storm so that I could get to where I'm supposed to go and help other people get to where they're supposed to go as well. I want to share just a couple of pictures with you here. There's a picture of me. Let me duck out the way a little bit. That's me with some of my drill sergeant colleagues. They're actual drill sergeants. They're some of the first people who welcomed me into the unit. This was special to me because while I was scared to actually go into the drill sergeant unit, they're some of the first people who said hello to me, and one of the ones that said, "You can do this. Yeah, you're an Army band guy, but we can tell you have the passion for this." The oboe. I promised you I would show it to you. If you don't know what it is a double reed instrument. It is one of the most prominent in an orchestra. You'll hear it. It has most of the solos. If you didn't see my Facebook recently, I posted a video of me playing a big solo with the Claremont Symphony Orchestra. Music is very important to me. So you can imagine how hard it is for me to put down the oboe and pick up my drill sergeant hat. And here I am with Dr. John C. Maxwell. You'll recognize Dr. Valencia, our club growth director, and you'll recognize Dr. Kanisha, who's been a keynote speaker for our district several times over the past year. This is a very important picture for me because this was part of me becoming a Maxwell leadership team coach, trainer, and facilitator, and part of me going to where I'm supposed to be. Toastmasters, this is your captain, Morris Anderson. As you embark from our Anderson planes, I challenge you to look forward to your future, but remember your past and those seeds all the way from the beginning when you could first dream about the possibilities and who you wanted to be. Think about what you're for in life and what you want to be known for. If those two things don't mesh, make them mesh, and you will find success in being for people. I wish you a safe journey as you travel and discover your own. Mr. Toastmaster.